Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. We live in a YouTube world. Instead of reading the book, we watch the movie. Instead of looking something up on Google, many of us will go to YouTube to Google the video for the same information. So what is the secret to marketing yourself, your nonprofit, your business through video? That's our next segment here. Naomi Masdon and James Manning are with Fresh Ink. They craft videos in a compelling and an emotional way that connect with their audience. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
Okay, let's talk about video because I'm a huge fan, and I know that from 25 years of doing TV news that you can take somebody from I don't know what this is about to, gosh, I need this in a minute and a half. So what is the secret to getting their attention and making them watch the entire video? James, you want to start?
Yeah, well, it starts with a really good video, right? You know, really good sound quality, really good visuals. And what we like to say is we like to tell stories through video. So having a really compelling story is something that sparks interest. You know, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, how much is a video worth, right? So we really like to tell stories through video, and having just something that's interesting and engaging is what brands need right now.
Naomi, how'd you get into this line of work?
So I started it in 2009, and it was more of a full service company. In 2012, we started producing videos, and then in 2013, we really saw the opportunity to dive deeper into video to answer the question: how do videos win with, or how do brands win with video? And so that's all we do now is just video production and video marketing.
And I've seen their video. They do first-class work. It's thefreshink.com is their website. So what industries do you prefer? Do you specialize in some? Can you work in all fields?
So we have come from the real estate, construction, manufacturing world. We do a lot of B2B. So to us, it's video. Most of our videos is usually on the sales side. So how do brands continue to grow their products through video? But we're starting to expand, and James can just go off of that. We're expanding on more of the digital side too.
Yeah, because we really feel, you know, with video being such a huge part of the internet, you know, not only right now, but in the future, we feel like every brand should, you know, dive into video a little bit more because it's actually the content that's most engaged. If someone has to read a full blog to get the same information as you said in a minute and a half video, they're probably going to go with the video. Right. And it just looks better whenever it comes up in the search rankings. So if you are servicing your clients, you know, they understand that a good video is something that they can expect from you, they're probably going to come back.
So how do you approach it? I know James told me earlier that you guys work with a lot of home builders. Mm-hmm. When a home builder approaches you for the first time and says, I think we might need a video on our homepage, how do you approach that? Do you storyboard with them? Do you talk to them about their story? How does that work?
So we do it from we look at video and just the brand's goals from like a 3-phased approach. So the first phase would be awareness, and then consideration, and then action. So to us, it's more of how can we produce enough content to move the viewer through the sales funnel in order to convert to the sale. So from like a home builder's perspective, it's typically what we'd call top funnel content, which is more generic. So say if they're in Frisco or Allen, and just produce a city type, city level video, and then start to drive them down. So then the next one would be the consideration aspect. So that would be videos on their product, on testimonials, the process, pricing, all that jazz. And then the action would ultimately be to help convert that viewer from that perspective.
James, I know these days everybody's got a camera on their phone, and in high school you learn how to edit. Does that help or hurt you guys? Do people think they can do it themselves?
Well, yeah, they can, and that's just a different type of video than we do. We're kind of on another level as far as the quality goes, but we do believe that that's where it starts. So if you can get in front of the camera and talk about what differentiates you as a brand, or as a personality, and connect it to that brand, that's a great starting point. But whenever you get a little bit more serious and you want a higher quality video that not only has the quality, but has the thought and the foresight of what are you going to do with this video? What are the words that need to be used that connect with your audience? What's the call to action at the end? How do you distribute that? That's when people call us, and we walk them through all of those steps.
Naomi, tell me about a recent project you're proud of.
One we're in the midst of right now. So I would say we're about to go to Salt Lake City next week to shoot it. So it's a fun project. One of our clients just merged with another company. So now they're a $3 billion company. And they really are trying to educate the new employees who they are to keep their culture intact. So that has been kind of the guiding force on how do we do that through video in a more compelling way to really just drive excitement and just determination and just a sense of pride throughout all their employees. So that's what we're working on right now.
Let's talk about style, James, because I know you're an artist. When you approach a project, are you thinking about it from kind of a way you're going to shoot it? Is it going to be a film-like look? Is it going to be a reality look? I mean, how do you approach a project?
Yeah, I mean, all of that. It starts with identifying what the brand message is and what the actual call to action is going to be on that video. Is it to drive awareness? Is it to get them to go to the website? Is it to have them sign up for some sort of newsletter or something? That's where it starts. Is what do you want? What do you want to happen with this video? What does success look like? And then you reverse engineer back from that as to how to achieve that and what your audience expects, how to reach a potential audience. And we use a lot of YouTube analytics and metrics to achieve that, to just find out what should be said.
Let's talk about that for a second. When you say you use YouTube analytics, so you can tell how long somebody is watching your videos?
Yeah, YouTube analytics affords us, and that's not the only tool that we use. We have a lot of software that we use to come to these different conclusions, but you can tell what is working in the video, second by second. If you see a drop-off, the audience is telling you something. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we look at all of that and we go back and say, okay, well, at this point, we could change it for the next video. We can, if we have more viewers at this point, we can add to that and just kind of use that as a basis to learn from.
My guests right now, James Manning and Naomi Masdon with thefreshink.com. That's the Fresh Ink company. They produce high-quality videos. Let's talk about the nonprofit world, because it seems like I've gone to a number of different galas and black tie affairs, and before they introduce the nonprofit, they'll show a video. Sometimes it'll be 3 minutes or 5 minutes, but do you guys do work like that?
We've done some. We'd love to. We've been in talks with some others. Ideally, yes. I think video is probably the most compelling way, especially if the ministry or just the organization is overseas and in remote areas. Video is a really compelling way to drive emotion and ultimately donations from that standpoint. I do think there's a challenge with that nonprofits have, especially an overseas organization, just to send the videographers there to the remote areas and then craft it together. But I think for nonprofits specifically, videos will do very, very well in helping drive donations. And
James, do you do the shooting and the editing?
No, I do a lot of the concepting, but mostly the nerdy back end stuff of what to do with the video after, and mostly on YouTube and the digital strategy of how to get that video seen by customers and how to turn views into potential sales.
And what's the experience like when you're showing your video to the client for the first time? And are you nervous? Are you like, are they going to like this?
I'm usually always proud, like I really am, because most of our videos are just interview driven. We love, just as James said, we love more the story approach. So we don't like scripted as much, just because it kind of can take away from that genuine responses. So most people don't think they do well when they're just speaking. So I love probably my favorite part is just putting together the audio that really and just for my team to put together the audio and just see the reaction of like, oh my gosh, I really did do well, and it's a good video. I love that moment.
How about for you, James? Is that a source of pride for you?
It is. I think a really beautiful video is something to be proud of, and it's a lot of hard work. So yeah, it's really cool to see a project come to fruition and have it be successful.
When we talk about making videos at the highest level, I think about the Super Bowl and those folks that are paying, $3-4 million for 30 seconds. Do you guys watch the Super Bowl ads and with an eye for how did they put that together, and did they use the 30 seconds, effectively?
Well,
I think it's interesting. So I think even with YouTube coming into play, it's no longer just the Super Bowl. So now it's more just tent polling all around. And so brands that are, I think it's not just that Super Bowl ad. It's what did they do before to build the excitement? How did they show it? And then how do they ride on that excitement as well? I think the stat, it's in the dozens and dozens of hours that are watched just all around the entire February just for Super Bowl.
Wow.
So that's fun to us, from that standpoint of how do they actually build up the excitement just around that one event and gain success.
Well, how do people get a hold of you? They can go to your website, obviously. Give us the website one more time.
So TheFreshInc, TheFreshInc.com. And then our number is...
I don't know the number.
It's on the website.
But you know what? You know what, Jeff? If anyone has some questions about video marketing, we just released a blog with 43 video marketing tips.
Oh, good.
For people that are actually looking to just get some really quick insights on how to get more views. So that's there on our website blog.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You guys have been great guests.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay. When we come back, a sign of the times. What does your sign say about you? And we're not talking about astrology signs. We're talking about the sign in front of your business. That's next on The Jeff Crilley Show.
You're listening to The Jeff Crilley Show on Talk Radio 1190.